I'm Belcher here. I'm so excited to share what I'm about to share with you in this video. I was so excited that you've ever been had a hard time to go to sleep simply because you were thinking about your future. And like last night, I was thinking about this video and I couldn't even sleep because I was so excited about delivering it to you. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that where you're tired, but you're literally in the bed and you can't sleep because you're thinking about your future and you're so excited about it. And that's how life should be, right? Life should be where every single night you barely can sleep sometimes because you're thinking about your future. You're thinking about the next day, what you're about to do, what you're about to accomplish. But what I'm about to share with you in this video is it should be it's a seven-figure secret, to be honest with you, but I haven't hit seven figures yet. So I'm gonna just call it a six-figure secret in this video, right? And this is something that's it totally changed my life, and it's something that I'm sure will change your life if you take action on it and if you apply it consistently. Like I always say, success is just a matter of a few disciplines practiced on a daily basis. That's all success is. And you know, that brings me to a story I can remember back in high school, right? When I was going to high school, every class they would have a theme, right? Like a theme when you first went into class, where they had a theme called a do now. And basically what you would do is you'd walk into the class and the teacher would have a do now written out and basically have a statement of what to do now. So we would just sit down, we would know to grab our notebook and write out the do now. That was the first step we had to do, was write out the do now every single day. And then just complete the do now. And back then at that time in high school, I didn't see why that was so important or why that was something that was a good thing to have in place in school. I used to think, oh, the do now sucks. I hate doing the do now, right? Why the hell do we have to have a do now? Just start teaching me when I walk into class. But the do now when I look back, it was a very good thing, right? It was very critical to success. And the reason why those teachers used the do now in classes for us students at that time, I understand it now, because at the end of the year, what we would do is we would go through all the do nows basically and reflect on it and talk about the do nows and see how each do now progressed us, see how it allowed us to grow, see how it allowed us to change as students, see how it allowed our grades to improve over time from the do now. Number one, it was something that gave us something to do, right? And number two, it put us into action. And that's why it was so important. It gave us something to do and it put us into action immediately on the spot. And that's what life is and success is about, is having the ability to write down something and then take action on it. And that brings me to my point, because now today, right, I've had this for a while now, but I really want to expound on this and tell you why it's so important. But you want to have a journal, right? I have a journal. And the reason why I have a journal, it's not some journal where I just come home every day and just talk about my day, trivial things about my day like most people have a journal for. I mean a journal. There are three main reasons why you want to have a journal if you're serious about your success. Now, if you're not serious about changing your life, leveling up, reaching new levels of income, then you don't need a journal, right? But the reason why you need a journal is because there's three main reasons why I will highly recommend that you get yourself a journal as soon as possible. You can get one at CVS, Rite Aid, Walmart, Walgreens, anywhere you could think of, a 99-cent store, you could get yourself a journal. The reason why a journal is so important for your success is three main reasons. And the first reason is, number one, is you get to write down your goals, right? You get to write down your goals, which is so important. Anybody who's truly successful, seven figures especially, they all write down their goals, believe it or not. Don't trust your memory. Please don't trust your memory. I don't care what it is that you want. I don't care what it is that you want to accomplish. Write down your goals. Write it down, right? I've done videos in the past talking about this, the importance of writing down your goals, right? And they say if you don't have a man who doesn't have a plan, basically plans to fail. One way that you can keep on top of your plan is by writing down your goals. I'm telling you guys, it's life-changing. So the goals, right? Anything that you want, right? You want six figures, write it down. You want to make seven figures, write it down, but also write the date in which you want to accomplish that income goal. And like I always say, if you want to make, let's say, $30,000 a month, that's $1,000 a day, right? So you want to write down the date in which you want to be making that, right? $1,000 a day. And write it down. Write down not only the amount, but write down the time period, because that will keep you on top of it. So anything that you want, I don't care. If you want a new body, you want a certain weight goal, write it down. You want a certain income goal, write it down. You want you want a new car, that sports car, write it down. You want a mansion, write it down. You want a yacht, write it down. You want to be able to take your mom around the globe, to Rome, to Greece, Italy, wherever, write it down, right? I don't care. You want a freaking elephant with zebra stripes on it, Write it down in your journal. I don't care what you want. You want that girlfriend, a certain type of boyfriend that you haven't even met yet, right? Write them down. Describe them, right? Describe how they look physically. Describe how they smell. Describe their personality. You might say, John, this is a little weird, but I'm telling you, this is what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to tap into a major component of success, which is your imagination. Being able to see and envision what you want before you actually accomplish it is key. It is so crucial. I can't express that enough. But writing it down, not only do you write it down, you write down your goals, right? Anything that you want. I'm talking about improvement on your relationships. Write it down. Write down your goals, whatever you want, and give a time period. Also, the second reason why you want to have a journal, right? Reason number 2 is for notes. Write down your notes. I remember I've been to many events, many successful entrepreneurship events where people have talked, they've spoke and shared their stories, shared their strategies, shared their insights, shared their philosophy. And I wrote it down, right? I wrote down the main important stuff that I felt was very important. And guess what? Most people, when you go to events, they don't write stuff down, right? But guess what? When I leave an event, I leave with the stuff, right? I leave out with the stuff. I leave with the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes. Meanwhile, everybody leaves and they think that they can remember everything. You cannot remember everything. Do not trust your memory, please. So write down your notes. You go through a book, right? And there's certain things in that book that you find to be life-changing, that gave you an aha moment. Write it down, right? You watch a personal development video. You listen to an audio. They have some stuff in it that really changed your life. Write it down. Write it down. Write down your notes. Write down your notes. That's the second reason to write down your notes so that you can read it over and over again. And the last reason, last but not least, is also for your ideas, right? Write down your ideas. Those are the 3 main reasons why I have a journal. Number 1, to write down my goals. Number 2, to write down any notes that I find to be profound. Number 3, to write down any $1 million ideas that I have, things that I want to do to get me to my goal, right? Because you have to have a plan of what you're going to do or what you're willing to give or how you're willing to serve people in order to reach that goal that you have. But I want you to write down your goals very clear, exactly what it is that you want. I don't care what it is that you want. If you want to travel to the moon, write it down. If you want to travel to the moon and come back and be the fastest man or woman on the earth to ever do that, write it down, right? You got to be able to write down your stuff, right? Because the reason why you write it down, there's some good reasons why. Number 1, I recommend that you read your goals, your notes, and your ideas every single day. That's number 1. Read it every day. Read it every day. Keep it in your mind. Keep it fresh in your mind. Don't just write it down and then throw the book out. You want to wake up in the morning and read your goals, read your notes, right? Read your ideas, right? Why? What is this going to do? What that does is keeps you accountable. It keeps you accountable. The greatest part about writing down goals is when you start checking them off. Right? That's the greatest part about writing down goals. You can start checking them off and you know how that's done. I did that. This is done. That's done. I changed my life. And then as you grow, right? As you grow, you start to look back on your goals and you're like, I remember when my goal was just to make 1 sale online, right? I remember when my goal was just to get 1 lead online. So to see progression over time, to go from a lead to a sale to the income that you want, to see that growth, it will only keep you going. It will keep you responsible. It will keep you on top of things, because if you read that journal, right, and you see that 2 years have passed and nothing on there is checked off, there's nothing that has been accomplished, well, then you're going to know what you need to start doing, right? You're going to know the action you need to start taking and what you need to start changing to change your life drastically, guys. The stuff that I'm sharing in this video are 7-figure secrets. I'm going to call it 6-figure secrets mainly because I haven't earned 7 figures yet. But the reason I had to share this with you, because this is something that I thought was a very simple idea, but it's not. A lot of people aren't writing down. Most people actually aren't writing down their goals. They aren't writing down their notes. They aren't writing down their ideas. If you want to reach the weight that you want in the body that you want in Herbalife, write it down. Describe how you would look, your ideal body. If you want to make more money in MCA, right? You want to make the income you want, write down the income that you want to make. If you want to get started in that new business finally, write down that you want to get started in a new business to change your life. I'm telling you, this is life-changing stuff. And the minute you do it, it could change your income immediately, because you will have to be committed to it if you're writing it down and you're reading it daily on what to accomplish. Okay, I did that. I completed this. Okay, that idea, I got that idea out. Okay, I got this done. Like I always say, it's never about the strategy is not the most important thing. Yes, the strategy in business, the strategies and stuff can save you years of time and save you and make you a lot of income. But it's only powerful when you have the right philosophy applying the strategy. When you're willing to be consistent. When you've made the decision that you're never going to give up. When you have that drive and that motivation for more, and you know in your heart that you're going to accomplish what you want to accomplish. That's what makes all the difference. It's the philosophy, right? It's how we approach things. There's a lot of people, I know so many people in this life who can never quite build anything. They can never quite build anything and make it grow to a crazy level, because every time they start something, they quit. Every time they start something, they quit. Every time they start something, they quit. They never allow themselves the time to grow. They never allow themselves the knowledge. They never allow themselves the education and the development. The key word is development, right? You hear the term personal development. What does development mean? It's an overtime thing that happens from repeated practice. That's what development is. It's not, oh, I woke up tomorrow morning and I'm the greatest at it. I'm an expert. I'm a legend. No, it doesn't work like that. It's a development process. Success is like a muscle, right? You work it out every single day. It's not something, oh, I'm here today and I'll do my business next week. No, people who are like that will never reach the success that they want, because they haven't committed to anything. You got to be willing to commit, guys. So like I said, get a journal, get one fast. And for the 3 main reasons: to write down your goals, write down your notes of any empowering stuff you learn as you go on your journey. And third is to write down your ideas, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your business. It's going to change your income. And this will be an inspiration to your family when everything is just, booming in your life and your business. It's just awesome when that happens, guys. So, without any further ado, you can click the link in the description if you need to hit me up on Facebook or whatever. I put my Facebook link in there, and also there might be a link to a training in there for if you want to get access to a training system to show you step by step how to expand your business online and blow it up and crush it, take things to a whole new level. This is Jonathan Belcher. Please also comment in the comment section if this is some information that you find useful to you, information that you're going to apply right away, right? Because it's not about just watching these videos. It's about actually taking action, because that's where the change is going to happen. This is John Belcher. I will see you guys at the top. I believe in you. You deserve the success that you want. You deserve the lifestyle that you want. You deserve it. You deserve it. You literally have to feel that you have a right to that income goal. You have a right to that lifestyle change. You have a right to it. You have a right to reach your greatest potential in this life. I don't care what nobody else has said about you. I don't care. You have a right to step into your power. Every last one of us has greatness within us. It's all about tapping into it. And part of doing that is getting yourself a journal. Peace.